is going to go to the racer who cuts the best reaction time in whatever class during qualifying. That is a active or former military member, or is an active or retired first responder. Right now, 006 going to be better than 006 to pick up the money.
Down to Scotty Wills Racing Online. What's going on? Yes, Eggs, I'm doing that. So once again, thanks Lance and the crew for sending up the schedule in a hat there. Carolina No Time, of course, this season. Their schedule is March 16th to 17th. They're firing it off at Galat Motorsports Park. April 12th to 14th will be Woodstock. May 19th will be back at Darlington Dragway, so make sure to stop there. June 30th, they're at Piedmont. July 14th at Darlington. August 18th at Piedmont. September 15th will be at Virginia. Darlington, October 20th.
What do you think of this? How about 4-wide no time racing?
Hey, 4-wide no time.
Carolina No Time Association is going to be coming to the 4-wide Nationals at ZMAX this year, doing some exhibition runs.
There you go. I saw that, man. That's going to be awesome to see that happen. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. X275 qualifying session number 2.
Time to rock and roll. Eric Moore, the first ever X275 champion as far as a series champion. On the left-hand side there. Singer, Texas, 400 cubic inches of Soma power plant. My buddy, Josh Lindsay out there doing a tuning. Josh, of course, one of the best tuners on the planet. Good to see him out there. Tyree Smith coming out in the 66 Nova.
So Moore going to be second at stage at the 1992 Ford Mustang. Moore spins a tire for 455 earlier. 446 with a 6 at 157 miles an hour. A very nice run for Tyree Smith from Lewisburg, Tennessee, in the 1966 Chevy Nova. That 440 number is going to move him off of that number 5 position. But to where? To where does he go? Number 2. Wow, 446.61. He tied Earl Stanley, but he's only behind him 4 miles an hour. Stanley went 446.6 at over 160. Smith was just a tad slower, so he is the number 2 spot.
All right, here we go. Shane Hagel's going to be the left-hand side, Baintown, Texas. Shane Fisher is going to be coming to the right-hand side here, the 93 Mustang. So KBX on board here. John Kalivas out there making sure he's in the groove. We're going to see if Fisher can light the scoreboards on fire. See what happens right here.
No fire, man.
Oh,
no fire.
Yeah, but we want to see a nice number up there.
Header flames, yes. Scoreboard fire, no.
Scoreboard fire would be interesting, though.
I mean, for a minute, but then it would be crap. It's like anything. You get the moment of excitement and then the hours of drudgery. We don't want that.
Again, this is the X275 Championship Series brought to you by Vortec, Mickey Thompson Tires, VP Racing Fuels, Nil Chance Racing Converters, Precision Turbo Engine, and Brodix G3 also. So Fisher's in. Car sideways. 449 to 164. Shane Eckelman, left-hand side of the racetrack, puts it in the 40s with a Taylor Lancer power. TRE. Sanchez put him number 3. So hold your ears. One of the most unique combinations to ever put in X275 history. It's going to be the Bruder Brothers Racing, left-hand side. Rich Bruder behind the wheel from Edson, New Jersey. The Chuck 4 blower on board the beast. Analyzer, billet injectors, Racecraft Incorporated, you name it. On board the Bruder Brothers. Alan Phelps will be coming on the right-hand side. The turbocharged entry, Bowling Green, Kentucky, 91 Mustang. Remember, he's a single turbo car. Went 454, the number 6 qualifier. Let's go to see what's going to happen here. But Rich Bruder had a nice easy pass the first time out. Let's see if they turned it up. Right now, a lot of people on the left-hand side are loving that lane, and Bruder Brothers are over there. Real chance torque converters on board. Let's see what's going to happen here. So once again, race fans, they love Bruder Brothers. Rich Bruder, one of the most controversial team in the history of the X275 on the left-hand side of the racetrack.
Yeah, these guys have been successful with any number of combinations out there, and they certainly upset the apple cart with this blower car last year.
Let's see if Bud can lay down something there.
Belt's car no slouch either at 454 in his first rip. We just saw Tyree pick up a bunch on his last one. We'll find out what happened here.
All right, 442 at 165. Bruder goes number 1 right there. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Soma Power Plant. Wow, by 400ths of a second, Rich Bruder goes number 1. Alan Phelps goes 450 at 161.
Big mile an hour as well, 165.64. So not only low ET, also top speed of the meet so far in X275. Just a clean run. You know, you listen to that thing go down the racetrack, and the torque converter's doing its thing as it's rocking and rolling down through there. And just a beautiful piece of tuning and driving.
Yeah, craziness. It looks like there's even more left in the tanks. So it's going to be interesting to see tomorrow. Or later tonight, depending on what happens.
Isn't it tomorrow already?
Yeah, okay. It's only 9:30 actually.
I know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
So Kenny Hubbard's going to be coming on the right-hand side of Montgomery, Texas, 74 Nova right there. The Nizer Racing engine power, 582 cubic inch big block single stage of nitrous. And even the train's excited as it's blowing the horn as it goes by.
Guy was tooting his way right by the racetrack. Wow. Bobby Bennett's ears perked up. A train enthusiast. The CompetitionPlus.com identified that thing by the horn.
Great house. Left-hand side, Bowling Green, Kentucky. 400 cubic inches of turbocharged entry. Made the switch over to X275. Apparently, Joel, one of the best in the business when it comes to driving a race car. So we're going to see what he can lay down here. Of course, Kenny Hubbard been running multiple categories this weekend, trying to figure out what is going on with the big block nitrous combination. A big shout to Ace Trailers. That's right, Ace Trailers is selling a raffle tickets, $5 a piece, 24-foot enclosed trailer. They'll be giving away on Sunday, so make sure to stop by Ace Trailers on Manufacturers Midway. Top in charge at 449 to 160 for Kenny Hubbard. Puts it in the 40s. Greathouse goes 458 to 156.
Really nice run by Hubbard there. 112 short time. And we're seeing those 40s really start to stack up right now. The top 5 qualifiers all in the 40s, ranging from 42.5 for Bruder. And number 5 qualifier right now is Heckel, another of the 449 runners. You've heard the adage 1.5 million times, but Keith Douglas getting to do his burnout here, the Seekonk Mass-based racer, and Dustin Parks doing his burnout. Princeton, West Virginia, home for Parks. You've heard the adage a million times, when you can't burn water. And what ends up happening when you have this much moisture in the air, you end up down on a little bit of power because the water starts to displace the fuel. You can't get enough fuel in the engine to make the big power because there's so many water molecules, water grains, if you will, in the air. So kind of interesting to think about what some of these runs would be on a very dry, cool night. Some of those low 40s are probably looking a lot more like high 30s. You know, the engine's not that they're
crazy, right?
Yeah, not that they're super down on power, but they're definitely making less than they would be in nice, cool, dry air.
So here we go. Like Brian said, moisture in the air. You can see the dew settling in on the race cars, but so far, looking pretty good traction-wise.
I'm just excited for you, man. This is the closest, this wet air is the closest you've been to a shower in about a week.
Well, you know, I was wondering why the tower cleared out. It finally worked.
Cleared right out.
It was my secret.
It did.
So Dustin Parks, left-hand side, TKM on board power-wise. About 468, 148. Douglas is 464 at 155.
Looked like it was going to be better with a 108 short time. I was expecting at least some in the 40s out of that run, but back half of the racetrack not kind, and the speed down to 148, so the thing was not feeling the love as it went through the lights, that's for sure. Eric Leeper and Mike Buttafuoco coming up right now from Spring, Texas. Buttafuoco number 38 on the sheet right now. Leeper number 25, 494. Again, another car I think a lot of us have some expectations for. It's a great running piece. We know it's better than a 94, so we'll see what they can get out of it here.
That's right, the modular motor over there on the left-hand side of the racetrack. We're going to see if he holds the record with that mod motor. We're going to see if he can lay down one right here. Buttafuoco, of course, the TRE big block single-stage nitrous power plant. And the uniquely shaped. Look at that. Hey, I like it.
And we are going to need Ultra. Street to the staging lanes, please. Lanes 1, 2, and 3. Ultra Street lanes 1, 2, and 3. Looks like we got free right now. Ultra Street to the staging lanes, please. Buttafuoco and Leeper lined up and ready to go. Buttafuoco's car, 448.2 at 161 miles an hour for Eric Leeper. Much more like it for them. Buttafuoco goes 457.6, so Mike moves to number 11, and Eric Leeper jumps his way to number 4. J.R. Pine's going to be coming up next. Pine's Metairie, Louisiana, the 2003 Mustang Cobra, and Cecil Whitaker. Whitaker going to flip on the defroster at his 1999 Camaro, the 582-inch big block Chevy engine. And starting line crew did a little bit of work over here, looks like, on the Summit Racing Equipment side of the track. Ultra Street, we have called you to the lanes 1, 2, and 3, please. Ultra to the staging lanes, please. So again, starting line guys just working on a couple of spots, it looks like, over the first 60 feet, and we have lit off Cecil Whitaker and J.R. Pines one more time. All right, I got to give buddy Greg Hurlbut a big, hold on. Greg Hurlbut has come up with the new national drinking game. Every time we say we need to clear the starting line, somebody does a shot of tequila, and he says by the end of one class of cars, there'll be 39 fatalities from alcohol poisoning. Oh, that's pretty good.
Lisa Winnetinger here on the right-hand side. Good to see the man out there in the big black single station nitrous. Junior Pines on the left-hand side. So far we've seen the best X275 session we've ever seen for the weekend, should I say. So here we go. Cecil on the right-hand side, Pines to the left-hand side. Remember last year he went for Wilson. Oh, man, he split the tires away. Pines. 124.64 goes out 115 to 139. All right, here we go. We're going to make sure the right-hand side is ready to rock and roll for firing up the next hair. Johnson Poland's going to be coming on the left-hand side. East Islip, New York. 89 Mustang. BP Race Cars. And here comes the baddest small block nitrous man in the world. That's right. And as far as X275 is concerned, Ron Rhodes coming out of Townsend, Delaware. 461 cubic inches of BES. AMS 2000 on board. Sebastian, my man, watching on. Single stage of nitrous of induction solution. PTC torque converters. Rhodes Custom Auto. They've had this car since he was 16, I believe, or it was his first car or something like that. Unbelievable. Good to see Ron Rhodes out there. My man's lost a little bit of weight. Dashboard to the front. Rhodes is in the beams. Here comes the pole on the left-hand side. 38 at 160. Look at Ron Rhodes put it to 30s, baby. Unbelievable.
Huge. 106 short time and just on the power all the way through the lights. 438.8. That's brutal. 160.19 miles an hour. Where I don't know where the bottom is, but that ain't it. He's got more to go there. That is a great, great run.
Wow, all the hard work pays off. Ron Rhodes goes all the way up top and puts it in the 30s. Unbelievable.
I was expecting we see somebody in the 30s. I just didn't think it was going to be tonight. Man. He had to have known it, too, and that thing bid went 106 short. He had to have known it was that good.
Yeah, remember, he's been 103 before in his career, so it's pretty stout right there. Sapola, I believe that's a career best pass for him, 52, with a 1 goes number 10.
Yeah, John at number 10 is a nice spot for him. He gets to work on that a little bit tomorrow, too, is John Albert Jr., the 1985 Monte Carlo Supersport, and Martin Connolly. Sawyerville, Kentucky, the 1986 Mustang in orange.
Brithway Auto Body over here on the right-hand side, and chassis. Let's see if Albrecht can lay it down in a family machine. I believe it's a TRE big block. Single stage of nitrous right-hand side. Martin Conley, 10 sold race cars, new car to him. And the nitrous machine on left-hand side.
So apparently it is Greg's wife, Liz Hurlbut, who is actually the brains behind the drinking game. Greg completely ripped it off.
Leave it to a woman.
Placed it on social media. Took full credit for it. Despicable behavior. We'll move on, though. I hope this doesn't fracture their marriage.
We see the G-Body shuffle here to the right-hand side. Albrecht would love to have an A to B pass right here. Remember, it's been pouring fuel or something out of the back.
That series 456, 159. Martin Connolly feeling the breeze on the back of his head. Goes 8-12 on the 9 at 70 miles an hour on the strange side.
Pass by Albrecht right there. Albrecht goes number 12. Connolly currently not qualified.
The active aerodynamic trunk lid on the back of that thing. Jason Anderson and J.D. Campbell coming up right now. All motor is J.D. Campbell's car. No nitrous, no blower, and that is not J.D. Campbell though. But the Mustang down here is an all-motor car as it backs its way up to the starting line. Jason Anderson from Fairland, Indiana, the 1969 Nova.
Check your number. There we go, Dave Hirschfield. That's a little better. Homewood, Illinois. All motor. There you go. Naturally aspirated next 275. I like it. He said, bring it on. Goes high, 2,530 miles an hour.
Once again, we're looking for Ultra Street. Ultra Street to the staging lanes, please. We need Ultra Street cars to the lanes, please. Ultra Street to the staging lanes, please, as the next pair continues on. Austin Keene and J.D. Campbell. Campbell, the Texan, in the 1968 Camaro. If you got a car in the staging lane, we need you to be in it. If you got a car in the staging lanes, we need you to be in it. We have called Ultra Street to the lanes, Ultra Street to the staging lanes, please. Drivers in cars in the staging lanes, please. So as the world turns here, Greg Hurlbut has informed me that Liz is going nowhere. Got her locked in. All right. Good for you, man. Just make sure you use attribution on that stuff next time. So Austin Keene and J.D. Campbell heading up towards the starting line. We need to move all those cars up in the lanes. We have Ultra Street cars trying to get in. We need Ultra Street to the staging lanes, please. Potomac, Illinois, home for Austin Keene, the 84 Buick Regal with a 580-inch big block Chevy engine. Here we go. Oh, man, Campbell had a 10. And JD goes 501.3 at 152 miles an hour. He was getting ready to run one out there, 111.2 until the front end climbed up in the air. Austin Keene not improving on his previous number. Nicky Notch and Jason Brock come to the starting line as Lee Sebring faces his own mortality here in the timing tower. You will, dude. You drink any more energy drinks, you will be facing your own mortality.
The only thing I have to drink up here, you know, is Red Bull. My heart's only about 145 beats a minute right now, so it's all right.
Give or take.
It's good.
Thing's clipping. You're hitting the chip, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have Chris on standby for the heart attack. Here we go. Brock on the right-hand side. Remember, he used to run the Radio versus the World Mustang, the newer Mustang. New to him. Well, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, buddy. Nicky Notch coming to the left-hand side. Let's see what's going to happen in Long Island, New York. My buddy. A man watching on his lovely girlfriend who could not make it, unfortunately, which is crazy, in my opinion. There you go. Notch again. He tunes it himself. Top end chart about 466, 162.
So picks up about a tenth and a half there. A nice move for him at 12 miles an hour. So good improvement. Jason Brock does not improve. Stays 37. Nicky Notch to 21. Marty Piercy coming up right now from Brawny, Texas, the 2010 Challenger. Justin Curry, the 1968 Camaro. Maybe. As the starting line crew gets the mops out, going to touch up apparently an area on that strange side of the racetrack. They're both strange sides of the racetrack at this point. Dean Marina's got the car fixed up, so he's hiding back there somewhere. It's a good thing. Piercy and Justin Curry complete their burnouts. Always like seeing the late model Mopar body styles out here. Rob Goss, I believe, has been paying attention on and off from home. Goss, one of the best X275 cars in the country. He runs a late model Gen 3 style Hemi in his car. Piercy, different combination. P5 heads designed to bolt onto a small block style engine. Big power potential there, of course, and Justin Curry using nitrous oxide. And again, you look at how big the plumes are tonight. That gives you an indication of how wet the air is. Those are actually seen as the moisture kind of crystallizes as the nitrous hits it. 130 degrees below zero, that stuff comes out of the bottle at.
What? That's not more bottle pressure?
What?
Lou's just looking at me like, what happened? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Little toot-toot out there from Curry as he's getting her squared away. Track 468.5 Curry picks it way up 461.2 at 154.76. So a nice run for Curry, puts him 18. Piercy at 468 goes to number 24. Thomas Patterson and Rich Lowry coming up to the starting line now. Rally the Trailer Trends 1970 Chevelle, currently sitting 42 on the sheet, and Tom Patterson, number 43 on the qualifying sheet as things go. And again, you can see the mop coming out there on the Strange Engineering side of the racetrack. Starter gives the high sign, and Patterson going to start his burnout. Rich Lowry going to do the same thing.
Right, that's right. Thomas Patterson, the left-hand side. A beautiful 68 Camaro over there. Spring, Texas, currently not qualified. Rich Lowry, as we just said, bought a tech car a minute ago with the Bin and Power 400 cubic small block. We'll see what's going to happen here. Remember, Ultra should be in the lanes. Ultra Street U should be in the lanes. So here we go, Lowry on the right-hand side, Patterson on the left-hand side. Both of these drivers have not made a clean hit. So Patterson puts it in the beams. Here comes Lowry, building up some boost. Goes on a 468 to 154 right there as they're going crazy. They like that pass. Patterson didn't sound like it shifted out there. Goes Simon 3 and 131. Apparently, you got to shut them off in the water box as we got a little bit of fuel or water on the left-hand side again. As the MS3 Pro, the best seat in the house, is coming down.
The skybox up there.
For $1,000, you can watch up there, right? Oh, no. No, $2,000.
I'll tell you what, pick up an MS3 Pro setup. I'm sure those fellows will find you a nice seat up in that thing.
That's right. That is it. If you buy one right now.
Don't be shy. The line forms at the back of the DIY Auto-Tune trailer.
If you buy it right now, you can go up for free.
That's it. John from MS3 Pro is actually going to be singing our national anthem this year. He stepped up big time. Last year, he literally walked in the tower. We had an issue. He walked in the tower. I was like, "You guys need me to say." He didn't even get you need help out. We just jammed the microphone and saying that he crushed it. So he's going to be delivering the national anthem to us tomorrow.
Start? Like now.
Like right now. Yeah, you're hired. Yeah. Oh, you know how to climb steps? Yeah, you're in. You're our guy.
Yep. and he did great. That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
And he gets to do it again this year, which I'm very excited about.
A nationwide search went out. Turns out he's our guy.
And just seeing a lot of condensation or fuel or something coming out on the left-hand side there. So they got to get the mop out. They got to mop it up. Depending on how far it goes out, looks like, oh, he's giving it the thumbs up, so we're going to fire him back up.
Billy Smith from Montgomery, Texas, going to be lined up next to Scott Parson from St. Thomas, Pennsylvania.
Scott Parson, this car's been around forever. 582 cubic inches of big block, single stage. Bruce Brothers Racing has helped out on this car, and I believe James Smith out there and his lovely wife have also worked on the chassis. It's pretty awesome here. We want to say a big congratulations to Michael Leamy for his first time ever shooting with film. And oh no, there's no film. My bad, it's digital. First time shooting with digital.
Yeah,
there we go.
Stepped up
big time.
It's got one of those sweet cameras. You put the CD-ROM in the back of it.
What's that?
That's big time, big high tech stuff.
I thought it was like an 8-track.
Nah, CD-ROM.
I'm gonna put a floppy disk in.
Kalina's gonna stack a floppy disk up here.
So Parson right here on the right-hand side, it's a big block single stage and nitrous. Swinging a tire for Parson. Smith stood out the candles, live underneath the lights, goes 487 to 143, no help for him.
Scott Parson, 971, 1 at 62. Look, we may be out here running around. Holly EFI is some of their best guys out here, but there is a Holly EFI guy who is not here, who is living the American dream tonight. Ricky Best is at his home, watching comfortably, watching Motormania TV, wearing his new Tupac socks. Listen, Ricky Best got socks that are miniature Tupacs, complete with bandanas, and he's wearing them at his house tonight. Man among men. Todd Moyer, LaWayne Brown backing up to the starting line.
And Turbo Time Moyer to left-hand side has a crap ton of race cars. I believe that's a Bennett power plant underneath the hood of this beast. As he went 458 and 151. Look for him to step it up. This car should go bottom 50s right here.
Feels though we may just really launch those Tupac socks tonight. Got a big audience watching the live stream right now. They're actually our thing. They're a thing he owns. They're cool. I mean, who am I to say? Who am I to judge another man's choice in foot coverings, right?
Yes, Leon, he is.
He's trying to make it in this crazy world. So isn't Todd Moyer. Number 15, Moyer's kind of right in the middle of things. Luane Brown needs to get in the field. Right now, the bump spot's 5'11", and he has not been close yet. He has been 8:32. Jeff Kondratic, one of the many that has stopped up at the tower tonight without food. So thank you for that. I mean, it's great to see and all, but come on, man.
About 558 miles an hour, so I was close.
Luane makes his best run of the week at 464.1, 155. Massive pickup for Brown. Goes from the number 43 spot to the number 20 spot. And Reggie Richard going to come up with Brian Brooks next to him. Brooks in the white 93 Mustang with a 400 cubic inch LSX motor. And Reggie Richard from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the 1970 Camaro with that big 582 inch nitrous engine. Thank you to our Ultra Street competitors who have stacked up in the staging lanes. Ultra Street, you're in the lanes. Thank you very much. LDR, you're on deck. When we get some movement going with Ultra Street, we'll grab you and have you haul into the lanes yourselves. But LDR, you're on deck.
So Brian Brooks making his first official hit of the weekend. Brooks all the way from Colorado. I was told by Mel Roth to keep my eye on this car because this car has potential to go #1. So making the haul all the way from Colorado. That's pretty far, too.
Yeah, that's cool. Guy's used to run at altitude. He's not used to running through liquefied air. .472 to 149 miles an hour. And Reggie Richard, 735.1 at 96.42 miles an hour on the strange side of the drag strip. So actually, Brooks, that 472 moves him into the show at the number 29 spot, but he's going to want to get a lot more of the racetrack than that. It was pushing itself left and he lifted. Scott Carter and Blake Catalinato coming up. Metairie, Louisiana, home for Blake Catalinato. And Scott Carter home in Holly, Michigan. Sue giving the high sign for both Catalinato and Scott Carter.
All right, Team 260, thanks, guys. So Fort Wayne, Indiana there. Live the race, race to live. Blake coming out in this beautiful 67 Camaro here in the right-hand side all the way from Louisiana. 572 cubic inches of big block. Scott Carter coming out of Holly, Michigan. The turbocharged entry tuned by PTP. Patrick Barhill over there. And have no fear, Andrea's here. So that's good to see that. All right, pre-stage on both sides of the racetrack. Oh man, 464, 155. Carter ranks a good pass. Blake goes 496 and 116. They kicked out of gear or something. Carter goes number 20. Blake is not qualified. And here it is, the Cummins Power Nova. Coming on the right-hand side, always a fan favorite. Daniel Pierce will be behind the wheel. Ryan Milliken, of course, also runs this car, but Pierce is behind the wheel this time around. Emerald Coast, of course, is the racetrack that they leased from Ozzie Moya. And they are doing great things at Emerald Coast Dragway. If you get a chance, make sure to check that one out. John Kesey, left-hand side, Moonshine Power, coming out of Coots Hill, Pennsylvania. 89 Mustang, the left-hand side of the racetrack is sitting number 8. This car is very possible going into 430s. Now, it's pretty awesome. Pierce went 455 and 163, which I believe is a new career best. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens right here.
Yeah, Pierce, that 455 earlier was the shot heard around the world. That car had been slow. That if they found the 60s got consistent, then really put the wood to it. That's a 455 4 at 163. They are number 12 right now. Got bumped back a couple of spots. They were a top 10 car before a couple of the bigger runs this round.
Justin McChesney doing it to the left-hand side for the Moonshine Power Plant. Sheer fabrication on board that beast. Force induction turbo. Here we go.
Diesel broke the track. John Kesey goes through.
446. Wow. 446, under 62 miles an hour. Kesey's been in the 30s last year. That's a stout pass right there for John Kesey.
They definitely had Pierce's car turned up some and overpowered the tire, but Kesey goes to number 5. And the number of those sub 450 cars continues to grow as we got 8 of them on the sheet right now. Still only Ron Rhodes been in the 30s, though. That was the run of the round. So is Mike Freeman and Dean Valise coming up right now. It was Valise a massive wheel stand earlier, all 4 wheels off the ground with the wagon.
Barney Chance will be the left-hand side. No chance torque converters on board that piece there. Vortex supercharged going against a zombie wagon. This thing has been on the rear bumper more than once in its life. Ruben out there says we're going to turn the baby up. That was worth the price of admission right there. Barney Chance goes 465 and 158. Dean, the crowd favorite, drags the rear bumper. He pedals it and it sets it down nice. Unbelievable on the right-hand side for the zombie wagon. Stanley Tall is number 1 spot taken away right now. He's sitting number 3 in Richmond, Kentucky. Let's see if Stanley, the Vortex Supercharger, can get the #1 spot back. He's going to have to put it in the 30s right here, race fans. Can he do it? Box body, always the rarest car in small tire racing. At 153, so no help there. Somehow he lost 10 mile an hour, so not quite sure what's going on with the Stanley machine. Michael Romer coming at you. Left-hand side of the racetrack, the S10. BES small block power plant on the left-hand side there. Dr. Ford, Jim Plimpton helping him out. We'll see what happens here.
Just got out the phone. Duck Force 1 called in, hovering high above the racetrack.
Quack.
Some information given to us. So the plan, here's the plan. Tonight, the plan is to finish out our run order, which would be the 235 class will be the final category down. Same order we've had. Run it through to the end of the night. And then stop. And then tomorrow, every class gets one more round of qualifying before we go into elimination. So we're going to run this thing through the run order tonight, barring any interruptions or any weird stuff happening. Finish that out. And then tomorrow, we will open things up at the top of the run order with 6-0 and run it through one final round of qualifying for everybody before we go into round 1 eliminations tomorrow night. The plan is to have every class run round 1 tomorrow night. So there you go. We have several classes left to finish. We got a long way to go for the evening, and we just need to keep cars going down this racetrack to keep it in decent shape. Truck down the strange side of the drag strip, 482.2, 146.7 miles an hour. Slows down by 7 thousandths off his previous best run. Yes, if you have already run your second qualifying session, you would be Dunzeroni for the night. If you have not yet run your second session, for instance, if you're in Ultra, LDR, Small Block, No Time, Limited 275, or DXP 235, you are yet to run tonight. We're going to run you guys. That's the plan. Again, unless something weird happens. Yeah, Dean Marinas trying to fire the car. Now, he had a cylinder head issue that he repaired. That's why he's up here right now. Tony Swain completed his burnout. Swain backing up on the Summit Racing side. Marinas' guys are looking under the hood there. Maybe a little carburetor fire apparently under the hood there as they're stuffing stuff under there. It wouldn't be a bad idea to, you know, take the hood off. I'm no firefighting aficionado here, but
so once again, any class that has already run, we are done. We are done. You are done. Excuse me. You are done. We got to continue through the end of the rotation right here, and then we'll be done for the night. So we got X275 continuation. We'll go Ultra LDRs on standby, and then we'll go to the Small Block No Time Limited 275, then DXP 235, and then we're done for the night. They're looking for the right hand side top in about 495 at 149. He finally puts it in the 4-second zone right there. So Mean Dean Marinas, man, something uncharacteristic lane. I believe a little carburetor fire or something going on right there. Get your shirt off, man. Towel. There we go. Marshall's going to be coming to Salem, Oregon, supposedly. That's what it says on my screen, at least. The 89 Fox body. Marshall bringing in right there, top in charge. About 468 under 58 miles an hour, so looking pretty stout.
So again, to kind of go back over what we talked about here for the rest of the night, we're going to run the remaining categories to finish out our run order, and then we're going to stop. And tomorrow morning, we're going to pick it up with our final qualifying session. All categories will get a rip through tomorrow in qualifying before we go into round one eliminations. So there you have it. Got a ways to go as we have just, I believe, perhaps finished up with X275. Nope, not quite yet. Phil Hines coming up right now. The Pro Charged Mustang at 11 in Ohio. It is the noisemaker, and those people that are standing near this car are about to have their eardrums liberated from their fixed positions. Listen to this. So Hines, PM burnout on that strange side of the racetrack. To a stop just past 300, just past a 60-foot block, I should say. Straight. For X275 and less.
Actually, new sponsored Arrowhead machine on left-hand side. We'll see what Hines can do. Look, I'm going for the hill already. I'm sleeping, but I'm still here though.
The guy who's in the roofing business out there living in Ohio is Phil Hines. So this time of the year, not a lot of roofing jobs in the middle of the winter, and escape to warmer climates. Spun the tires on the hit of the throttle last time, rolled to a 10.317 elapsed time at just 67 miles an hour. And the whole crew lined up around the race car to watch it go down the track, hopefully. He can keep this thing between the wickets and lay down the number he wants. This car could be a player. So Phil creeping this thing ahead. He's now pre-staged. With a 563 miles an hour, exactly what they were trying to do. So that's going to put him in the field. Where exactly, we'll find out in a moment. Puts him number 10.
So there you go. Phil Hines with the Pro Charge machine goes number 10. I want a big shout out to TT Jones, man. He's home from the hospital. So Big TT was in the hospital with pneumonia and the flu, and he's at home watching a stream. So TT, hope you get better, buddy, and his lovely wife Angie and the whole Jones crew. So
that's great.
Big shout out to them.
Sounds like you, man, with your allergic problems. We thought you might have been coming down with something more serious. This guy with his stuffed up sinuses.
Big shout out to Street Freaks. That's right. Jay Crawford.
Sue, Bill Hines, I believe that's, unless, like I said, unless Dean's going to come up, which it looks like he might be coming up in the car right now. Then we're going to move into Ultra Street. Limited drag radial, you are the on-deck category here. Once we get some room made for you, we'll call you up. Marinas is going to make that hit. He needs it too. He's not in the field currently. It would be a big shocker if Dean did not make the field. So we just saw Hines go a 50. We'll see how conservative Dean's going to be trying to get this thing in. He has gone very low 40s in this car. I'm not sure has he ever been in the 30s in this thing? Lee says, yeah, as he eats his cookie up here. Right. Confident move. Power move. Power move with the cookie eating and the confident answers by Lee.
That is confident.
Yeah.
Yes. He's been in the 30s.
These are facts. These are facts, people. Yeah, it really does. It's factual that he is emotional. There we go, baby. Pedals it to the 8th, goes 457.3 and 153 miles an hour. The front end 3 feet in the air. The header flames leaping out of the side of the body. The end of the header collectors goes to the number 15 spot with a freshly flattened pair of headers. As that thing came down, you saw the shower of sparks, but that is the move of a guy who needed to get in the field tonight, and he just did it by sheer force of will. Wow. Dean Marinas putting on a show out there, 57.3, 153, and he hung on to that one about as long as he possibly could have. Ended up pretty close to the wall, but no worse for the wear, except for, you know, the now semi-round header tubes. Yikes. We'll take it, though. Even Pops enjoyed that.
All right, so there we go. We got the tractor going out there, of course, again. And we want to thank everybody in the tower for snorting. That's right. It's so much fun up here as we're snorting away. Yep. Yep. I did. We're talking about your snorting live on the PA system right now.
Yeah,
and you're
all kinds of stuff going on up here.
Whoa, easy
kill. It's a live action broadcast. It's like old time radio with your own sound effects up here.
TKM is one of the fastest growing and well-equipped shops in the Southeast. From surfacing heads to turnkey race engines, we can help any shop with their engine program or the do-it-yourselfer needing simple machine work. We also offer engine dyno, chassis dyno, and track tuning services, and are a dealer for many top-notch products such as atomizer injectors, fuel tech, NLR, diamond piston, precision turbo, product cylinder head, pro chargers, and so much more. Our worth ethic and reputation speaks for itself. TKM Performance can do it all. Give us a call and learn to expect more at TKM. Induction Solutions, home of the world's fastest nitrous system. With an international name like Induction Solutions, you can expect nothing but the best. We are not like any other nitrous company. We are specialized in higher end and are truly customer based and not cookie cutter. Induction Solutions specialize in the design, installation, flowing, and tuning of nitrous oxide systems. Induction Solutions is the best source for your nitrous systems as well as nitrous kits and thousands of parts. We have done thousands of nitrous systems over the years on just about any application you can imagine. From street legals to pro mods, we do them all. We are known for our direct port nitrous systems, both wet and dry, as well as plate systems, and our very own plenum system, the Punisher. All of our work is custom. Every single system is built specifically for your setup. We are always open to make our customers' nitrous dreams a reality. Check us out today at www.inductionsolutions.com or give us a call at 352-593-5900.
To the DXP 235 category. That's the idea anyway. Finish DXP 235 and call it a night, and then kick it off tomorrow morning with final qualifying right at the top of the sheet. Run down and run round one of eliminations before we go home tomorrow night. Confirmation 438.2 for Dean Marinas last year as a career best, and that car obviously runs so hard on the edge. You saw Marinas out there for the second run in a row just get the thing kind of like a boat, get it up on plane and just hang the front end up there.
Yeah, a big shout out to Bill Robley, man. He's the guy that does all the sheets. As
that
far
dude
as
is awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it. I mean, because you have to take sheets from all over the country and figure out what the combination is and this and that and try to get qualifying sheets if they're not posted. And so, Bill, we
super great resource. Absolutely,
yes.
Bill. Thank you for that.
And his car's almost done, so I'm pretty excited to see him race again.
That's bad for us, though, man, because there'll be no more sheets. He'll be too busy being a race car driver.
He could never do that to us.
You have a lifetime obligation.
We have to hire Lewis.
Lewis would do it. Lewis would be down.
He's awesome.
He loves his stuff.
Yeah, his statistics are crazy anyway.
Well, Lewis, you know, his history at Raceway Park, guys like Mike Castellano, all these guys back in the day that came up through there, he's seen all these guys, you know what I mean?
But it's not even that. I mean, like, you know, of course he does NHRA stuff, but every time I talk to him, he already knows what's going on in the small tire world and everything. It's just a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. I know he's paying attention tonight. He may have better things to do, like a date or something to go on tonight at home, and he's in his swanky downtown LA apartment.
He lives in LA, though. That's just strange.
A stranger in a strange land. Rodney Reagan and Sean Arnold coming up right now. Arnold, the 1969 Ford Falcon. And Rodney Reagan, the 1989 Fox Body Mustang. This is Ultra Street, a great and competitive category brought to us this year at Lights Out 9 by Aerospace Components, AMS 2000, and presented by the fine folks at ProCharger. Oh, cool. Cool.
That is bull right there. I see how it is. All right, so here we go. Sean Arnold, Ronnie Reagan. This is Ultra Street. Coming at you right here. The Vortec
Yes, Ultra Street National Show, the Street Shootout Series.
Yes, presented by MPR Racing Engines, Precision Turbo Engine, Eric Kinward Racing, KBX ASA Performance. Speaking of ASA, here's Sean Arnold, the right-hand side of the racetrack. Could be pretty interesting. Reagan said they are turning it up. Remember, that car's been in the 60s before. The second quickest car ever. Going to go 478 and 153, so he steps it up right there. Arnold goes 482 and 144. That's a stout pass, but no help for them. So Sean Arnold, number 4. Rodney Reagan, number 5.
And the hits just keep on coming as we move forward with Ultra Street. Again, limited drag radial, you're on deck. When I get enough room for you, you'll be the next category we call. Limited drag radial, you will be coming up next. Once we get some room, we will roll you this way. Sean Pevler, Columbus, Ohio, completing the burnout on the Summit Racing side of the racetrack. And it's Mark Rogers, Salisbury, North Carolina. Right now, Rogers is number 2 on the list, and Sean Pevler is number 10. As far as the qualifying sheets go.
Yeah, talking about an awesome matchup here. Monboat on the left-hand side. Pete Hare, of course, doing the tune. Sean Pevlar, Jason Waterman on the right-hand side. BES Power Plant. So these are, well, Pevlar, of course, used to be the most feared man in Ultra Ultimate competition. So we're going to see what he can lay out right here with a nitrous entry. But keep your eyes on Rogers, man. This has been a work in progress, and so far it's paid off with the 474. Uh-oh, not sure what's happening right here. Jason's going to walk back and see what's going on with the machine. The BES Haltech on board. Jason says we're going to push it back, apparently. So Mark Rogers going to get a single right here to the left-hand side, Brian.
Yeah, so we're going to get to listen to Mark Rogers and see if he can pick up a little. Rogers really only needs to pick up 1/100 of a second to catch Pevler, or rather to catch the current number 1 qualifier, Alex Hayes. He's run 474-1. Hayes has gone 473-1. I would assume there is 100th more out there than performance on the racetrack, and maybe even performance. Oh, man, look at this. Pedal job and a bounce job out there. He lifts, and he coasts.
You see him turn it up. He was getting after it right there. They would love to see that thing go 60s before the weekend's out. Big shout out to Brian Chen, man. Brian, if you're watching on, sorry about the little crash you had today, so hopefully you're feeling okay. Robert Strong will be coming to the left-hand side with the Ford Facet Scoop. It usually means that's a naturally aspirated car there. 464 cubic inches. Cameron Massagale coming out of Anderson, Indiana, lighting them up over here. The LSX 440 cubic inch Corvette. Brand new engine on board the RPM transmission sponsor machine. I mean, it's just cool to hear high rev in all motor cars.
Willie Dog, the first cup of coffee's free, Willie. Second one you got to buy. First cup's free. Second. Cameron Massagale, they're cleaning the windshield off on that 2001 Corvette.
Shout out to Ty Tutterow watching online with his lovely girlfriend. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Ty Tutterow, one of the most gifted young drivers out there. Yeah. He's crazy good.
Yeah, he's he comes from good driving genes, that's for sure. 100.40 miles an hour on the Summit Racing Equipment side, as Robert Strong is 533 with a 3, 131.29. So it's Strong's best run, puts him 18. Massengale certainly does not improve, and that thing was not under power when it got to the finish line.
Everybody keeps asking me about the Stevie Jackson match. To be honest with you, I have no idea if that's going to go down tonight or not. So if we can get anybody from the teams to let us know when that's going to happen. It's supposed to be Stevie Jackson against Kenjo Kelly. So I don't know if that's going down or not. I've had a lot of people asking. There you go. Got the hand blow around. Got the mops going on. Just getting the fluid or water probably to dry up on the right-hand side of the racetrack.
All right, so Skip Bennett. The Camaro here. It's actually, sorry, it's Brian Keep. Fort Myers, Florida for Keep. And Rebecca Starkey from Deltona, Florida. VMP Superchargers for Rebecca Starkey, the family business, if you will.
Keep HRE power underneath the hood of that beast right there. They found a bunch of horsepower right before the event. They put it together, so we're going to see what the Pro Charge machine can lay down. Brian Keep here, right-hand side. The air conditioner man by trade. As Rebecca Starkey on the left-hand side, VMP Superchargers. This thing, let's see if they got it figured out, man. It did some testing in Orlando and was leaving really, really good, but she did not have a good pass the first qualifier.
He lifted and goes 6:18.8103. Rebecca 5:52.9 at 130.33 miles an hour. And we press on. Limited drag radial, we have called you in. Limited drag radial. We need you to the staging lanes. I know the majority are already there, but LDR, limited drag radial to the staging lanes, please. LDR to the lanes. Mark Ness and Tyler Krosno.
Right, so we have Tyler Krosno, as he was saying there, the promoter himself for his duck custom crossbolt. We'll see if the small block 4 can lay down right here as Josh Leffert, the big man with the beard and behind the car, longtime friend. We're going to see what he can lay down as the tuner.
Not a car that is lacking in the horsepower department or the chassis department is Krosno's. He's got the right pieces. He is currently the number 3 qualifier. Mark Ness up from Ocala, Florida, a couple hours away, 1984. Notchback Mustang. Two, 144 miles an hour, down on both accounts. So somewhere before the finish line, he was out of the power by 8 miles an hour, basically, and several hundredths of a second. So not his best run. Short numbers were good. Maybe it was a planned shutoff or something like that, but didn't see anything that would indicate there was any sort of a problem. You know what I mean? There's no smoke, no looseness.
You were watching a replay. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah.
They may decide to make it a 330 rip and shut it down. The 330 number is pretty good. Bill Gregan and Troy Fredrickson coming up right now. Troy Fredrickson likely not related to the old man from the movie Up named Walter Fredrickson. I believe that was a fictional character that floated his house away with balloons. Totally different deal. Not at all.
I agree.
Not at all related. He's from Florida, and actually that was Carl Fredrickson, who was not at all. He was not. If he was from Florida, maybe they'd be a similar, but they're from different states.
So probably not.
I don't think they're related.
So Bill Green coming out of Bradenton, Florida, left-hand side of the racetrack there. Beach of the sponsored nitrous outlet machine.
The Motor Mania feed zoomed in on Gregan's. The front of his hood has several Band-Aids affixed to it. How about Gregan, though? 487 today? Like you had mentioned, the guy's making progress with this car.
Yeah, man, that's got to be close to career best, if not career best right there. We'll see what he can do tonight.
Yeah.
Why not? Step it up.
My favorite thing is when the announcing area becomes a cocktail party with no cocktails that we can drink and just people talking.
Yes, we want to thank the cocktail party behind us about cocktails. All the noise. Yeah. Like Hank Jackson, that's right, flip-flop tour, baby, in the house.
It's my favorite. So Troy Fredrickson, not related to Up's Carl Fredrickson. Nice job by Gregan, slows him down a little, 491, 5,142, but again, caught it. Troy hit the tree pretty hard, 036, 5003 at 141 miles an hour, puts Troy Fredrickson number 16. And I'm not sure if that is a look of exhaustion or stunned, shocked silence on the face of one Lee Sebring.
Man, I tell you what, that was a great pedal job right there. Not exactly what they were looking for, but they tried to step it up, didn't quite have the front end tight enough.
The conversation, the conversation the tower has turned to heart attacks. And as someone who has consumed a month's worth of energy drinks in a 14-hour period, I am worried about that. I am now concerned.
So Dan Moore coming on the left-hand side, Newark, Delaware, the GCR chassis works machine, a nitrous outlet on board the big GTO. And Scotty King to be Thornhill, Tennessee. The Bennett-powered 400 can be a small block here on the right-hand side. So you see the nitrous purge left-hand side. Danny Moore would love for this thing to go into force.
Yes, there's a moistness situation. It's like my dad once told me, never trust air you can't chew. That's pretty much where we're at right now. This air will actually punch you in the face if you look at it wrong right now. Oh, there it is. Just did it to Lee. 144.71. As Dan Moore goes 5:13.6 at 132.41. As you saw Bart Tobner's crew guy go full Hasselhoff out there on the starting line like the opening to Baywatch. Peeled the shirt off, slowly running toward the starting line after heroically cleaning out the moisture from the inside of his driver's windshield. Real American hero. Hello. Hello. Hello, shirtless. Hello, shirtless moisture wiper guy. You save your driver a lot of trouble going down the quarter-mile drag strip.
All right, so Lowe's is getting delusional up here in the tower. That's right. It's always interesting. Tony,
listen, we all saw it. Just listen, you were looking on your phone application.
Phone. I was asking Siri. Okay, give me a break.
You spend so much time on that grinder, whatever it is. I hear the kids talking about it so much. You spend so much time just swiping this way and that. I don't know what you guys do these days.
That's Tinder, man. I'm swiping right for everybody. Lake Worth, Florida, coming on the right-hand side here. Bart Tobner, left-hand side. Watch Tobner. This guy is flying. So is Tony Holm. Remember, Tony Holm is current points leader in the Ultra Streak Championship Series here.
You heard it here first from Lee. I swipe right, Sebring.
Ching! Don't forget the super like. We got the super likes too.
So Bart Tobner is pre-stage. Tony Hobbs all the way in, and we are off the rails. Good drag race. Fun, fast cars out there. 471.7, 148. It's Alm who drives away on the big end of the racetrack, and it's Tobner who slows some. Well, actually, it was his best run of the weekend, notwithstanding. The 78.9 got driven away from as Alm laid up that 71, puts him number one right now.
Yeah, Tony's like saying, bring it on right there. As remember, he is the points leader currently for the 2018 season, and he even won. He's like, I'm not going to run all of them, but maybe he will if he keeps this up.
Well, that's the whole thing, too. And if you can come out of the gate, what is it, a 6 or 7 race program, I think. If you can come out of the gate with 2 wins, you buy yourself a little bit of a cushion there if you don't want to make the whole travel deal. As Mike Freeman and Alton Clemens come up to the starting line now. Clemens relying on centrifugal Vortex Supercharger, and Vortex is the major sponsor of the ultimate Vortex Supercharger Ultra Street Series Shootout.
As there's a Pro Charger on the left-hand side, so we got Pro Charger against Vortex, and it's always an interesting battle right here.
Might be some kind of a West Side Story dance fight coming up right now between the Pro Charger and Vortex people. You never know what's going to happen here.
As seen at Lights Out 9.
Dancing, fighting.
Maybe they'll foot race and end up like the guy earlier.
They'll be snapping and then fighting and dancing. First we snap, then we dance, then we fight.
They're going to have tap shoes on.
Well, those tap shoes are dangerous, man. There's metal on those things. You catch a tap shoe, you're not going to be swiping right anymore. You're going to have bigger problems.
I guess I'll be swiping down. So here we go, Clements, Freeman. Shrinking the tires. Top thing is working. Best pass of the weekend.
We will take small block, no time. Small block, no time to the staging lanes, please. Small block, no time to the staging lanes, please.
So
small block, no time to the staging lanes, please.
If anybody has a 7-inch neutral balance, small block Chevrolet harmonic balancer, we have a racer need. So once again, if you watched the engine change last night or rebuild, it's across the street. Once again, we have a 7-inch neutral balance small block Chevrolet harmonic balancer. We have a racer need. Just come to the tower and let us know, please.
Small block, no time to the staging lanes, please. Small block, no time to the lanes. So Brad Shore, Fort Myers, Florida, 1989 Mustang, 308 cubic inch small block engine. Louis Capetti coming up from Lyndhurst, Illinois, 1989 Mustang. Summit Racing Equipment, side of the drag strip. Right now, Shore is number 22. He's gone as quick as 6:12. The Arcapedi has gone 8:04. He is number 23 on the sheet, so Lou's looking for a huge improvement. Brad also, percentage-wise, looking for a big pickup as well. The trapped 127.2, 127. It was actually Louis Cappetti that got there quicker, but he left second, 497.5. So both guys improve. Lou goes to 15 and Shore is 21, so he's still got a ways to go. Now, all right, Sebring. Hayes going to be able to bump his way back around at number 1.
You know what? I'm going to say Hayes. Well, see it. Man.
Be a man here. Be a man. Be a man. Make a decision.
All right, I'll go ahead and say Hayes resets the world record right here.
What?
That's right.
I like it.
Alex Hayes is going to reset the world record right here.
That's
Canton,
guts.
Michigan, 585 cubic inches of fuel injected. Uransko power.
Going full Evil Knievel, man. You're going full 13 buses Evil Knievel risk on this thing. I like
Slick
it.
Rick cylinder heads, that's right. I'm swiping right on this one, baby. We're going to find out if we can see a new world record on the left-hand side of the racetrack. 469.1 is the world record that he currently holds.
And multiple police have entered the room. That's always a party.
I'm sorry, I did it. Zane Owen coming on the right-hand side, Tifton, Georgia, 440 cubic inches. The only thing I'm looking for, never mind.
Lee, we're going to need some proof of citizenship here. The officers have some questions.
Yeah, right after the handcuffs.
You need to step into this back office.
Yeah.
I forgot my green.
Meeting.
Take your belt off. Just go ahead and take your belt off.
Wants to whip me with a belt or something. I don't understand that one. Hey, getting exciting here in the
50
tower.
Shades of Weird up here in the tower at SGMP. This is getting good. 50 Shades of Ultra Street. All right, Alex Hayes trying to go back to number 1. Sebring thinks he's going to drop the nuke out here and reset the national record. I think somebody slipped something into his Red Bull last time, but we'll find out if Lee Sebring can dial one up here and if Alex Hayes has the full kill tune-up in the race car.
So close, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that one. The quickest pass of the 2018 season right here.
Came within 2 thousandths of the national record, so Sebring was pretty much spot on with the old prediction there. Only missed it by a couple of thou. 469.1 is the quickest run in the history of the class. 153.81.
Wow. Awesome.
Only 100th of a mile an hour off top speed of the meet so far by Rodney Reagan, it appears.
Time for them to go drink hard.
It's what they do.
Yes.
It's who they are.
Sure.
So the tractors come out once again to seed more traction, to plant more stickiness, and we got limited drag radial. We have called small block, no time to the staging lanes, please. Small block, no time to the staging lanes, please. Cheyenne Stanley lent out a Craftsman air compressor, and they would like it back because that was a loan, not a gift. And so just let's bring the compressor back. You can. Okay, a small handheld air compressor. Please bring that back to their pit spot, or if you get there and they're gone, bring it back to the timing tower. Hook it up. So if you borrowed Cheyenne Stanley's handheld air compressor, let's give the thing back, man. The guy's being nice, lending you stuff, and now you got it all day, and they need it. They got to use it. They got the whole thing. That. Listen, I mean, some people's children. If I see that thing on Facebook sell or whatever it's called, I am going to be very angry.
Obviously, it was like earlier when didn't have hearing protection. That was their parents when they were younger.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. When the mom of the year had the baby on the starting line next to the Pro Charge car with no ear protection on. That's a winning. We did figure out the silver lining, though, is that the child will never have to listen to us ever. It'll just be a faint, garbled noise in the background, like everything else. Right.
Pat Hayes and the crew right there. DHR to the front.
And I like the pinstripes in the uniforms because they're slimming. It's a nice effect. The pinstripes. Yeah. Yeah, it's thin. No.
If they were sideways.
Cars are pulling in right now. That means limited 275, you're on deck. It's going to be a few minutes. Limited 275, you are on deck. Going to be a little while, and DXP 235, don't you get too comfy down in your pit spot because you're on double deck. We're looking for Brian Brooks or a crew member for Brian Brooks' team to come to the timing tower. We got a racer that you have something that they need parts-wise, and they can't find you because you're hiding somewhere. You're from Colorado. You're in the middle of nowhere probably somewhere. But Brian Brooks or someone from your team, come up here. We got a racer who's needs some of your stuff. And he'd like to see you. Yeah. Yeah, not some of the Colorado stuff. You probably don't carry that all around with. Oh, they're good there. The cash in hand. These are cash buyers. Yeah. So yeah.
Comment of the night, right there.
Lee's batteries have run down, and I don't know where the charging port is, and I probably don't want to know where the charging port is for Lee. Don't want to know. Negatory. Niet. 9. No way. All right. Make sure you're loading up down in the staging lanes. If you're in the lanes for limited drag radio, make sure you're loading up down there. Thank you, guys. Nikki Notch. Nikki Notch, we have your pump. Nikki Notch, why don't you come up to the timing tower? Your pump has arrived. Spare parts. New stuff. So Nikki Notch, please come up to the timing tower. We have a Rule 2000 heavy-duty pump for you. So the final application of the traction compound on the racetrack means that we are just a minute or two away from firing up limited drag radial.
Right, so waiting for the glue to set up out there, and then we be on our way.
So Lee Sebring keeping himself up on the chip by juggling flaming chainsaws up here. Skill set I never knew you had. All right, traction compound laid down. Just waiting for the starting line officials to give us the high sign to start lighting off cars here as we move on with the second round of qualifying. Limited drag radial is going to be coming up. Small block no times in the lanes, and limited 275 is on deck. Lee, there was a lot of discussion about heart attacks in the tower tonight, and you and I had pizza recently with bacon and pepperoni on it. So I feel like we're making the right choices up here.
Yeah, we're doing great, man. Especially after all the, Red Bull that I've had.
Look at us getting our picture taken and talking at the same time. Look at us, Kim and Al Cussy from Aerospace Components. Kim, come right in the middle here.
Come in the middle.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
We're in. Look at that, pro move. Pro move. You guys have a great night.
See you now.
All right.
Aerospace Components to
Kim
the
and
front.
Al. Up from lovely St. Petersburg, Florida, as Dan Ferris and Bill Futch. Heat their rear tires. Don't you ever touch my pen again, please, Lee Sebring. That is a violation of my rights.
All right, so limited drag radio brought to you by Strange Engineering, UPR, and MacFab Beadlocks. Daniel Ferris will be coming on sites to Missouri. Let's see if he can rock and roll this thing, man. They said he wants to try to go number one. That's going to be a tough order, though. 420 with a 6. Ray Parsons is sitting up top. Bill Futch does have the power to go number one, though. And the twin turbo beast on the left-hand side.
I promise I am not willing either of us to have a heart attack. It was just kind of funny that they're talking about heart attacks and we ate pizza with bacon and pepperoni on it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks. You talk about a lot, actually.
And then all the energy drinks. Alrighty then.
Because you're talking about it, I'm going to take my blood pressure pill tonight.
I think you should do that. I think you should do that. I may take your blood pressure pill tonight. He takes a final pull off that Red Bull. Oh, brother. Here we go. Both cars rolling towards the pre-stage beam right now. Dan Ferris currently number 6. Limited drag radial qualifying. You got to go quicker than 4:2:06 to go to number 1. We've seen the number 1 spot change in virtually every category in this second qualifying session. We'll see if it happens here as well. Dan Ferris carries the front end, sets the nose down, and goes 4.84.5 at only 124 miles an hour. Could not steer the car with the front end in the air. He lifted and set it down gently as Bill Futch goes 7.58 with a 1. Not improving on his earlier time. Swing bada bada. Next pair up, Eddie Harrison and Wayne Long coming up. Long the Nova, Eddie Harrison in the Camaro. What we learned today was that they bought this car at an auction, had never run it till this weekend, and here they are.
Action here.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Eddie on the left-hand side, excuse me, in the Pro Charge machine.
Unintended consequence of the windows, and now the front of the Arc is the gentleman and his lady appear to have steamed them up. I don't know what's going on in there.
Hey.
But whoa, huh?
Steamy.
Hey now, get a room, you two. Oh, you have a room technically because there's windows, and rooms have windows.
That's the penalty box.
Wayne Long sitting in the car, his crew guy waving him up. The starter's like, dude, come on. Come on, man. Eddie Harris's guy's like, seriously? We just, maybe by sunrise? Not asking for a lot here. This guy's body language is great. Track 5:53.9, 157.91 for Harrison as Long goes 4:9:07 at 139.8.
Impressive comeback. He pedaled and got back on it, went around him by a little over about 3/4 of a car length. So Chris Pratt will be keeping on right hand side, Spring Hill, Florida. The 02 Camaro there, 565 cubic inches of twin turbo power. But here comes your number one qualifier, Ray Parsons, going to be the left hand side from Ratcliffe, Arkansas. The 99 Camaro there, BES 540 cubic inch twin turbo power plant. Can he go in the teens? That is going to be the question out there, race fans. Can he do it? Remember, I believe the LDR record is 412 with a 6, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to see what's going to happen here.
The hat is coming off. Sebring has uncovered. I like what I'm seeing here, man. A pro move. Sebring removed one hat, replaced it with the Drink Hard Racing. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to drink. Hint, hint.
Shout out to Ron Ward watching online. Says he needs a Kleenex. It's always good.
Well, Chris Pratt's from the great metropolis of Spring Hill, Florida, and Ray Parsons, Ratcliffe, Arkansas. Bischoff Engine Services built 540-inch engine for Parsons, current number one qualifier. I'd love to see a teen, man. Let's see teen action. 416, 417 would be mighty fine with me. Singing a tune, 420 with a 9. 180.45 miles an hour. Ray Parsons, only 3 thousandths off a lapse time-wise. Reed obviously remains number one as Chris Bretz goes down a 4.502, 166.52 mile an hour run. Two guys that made clean runs, but man, Parsons just bringing the fastball on that one right down the center of the groove on the Strange Engineering side.
Yeah, pretty awesome right there. Is a back-to-back 420 passes, showing that he's ready to rock and roll.
Andy Bujinga going to roll up right now against Jody Voiles. Voiles with a T-top equipped Camaro of about 1987 vintage. In white, little bit of cleanup being done here in the starting line area of both lanes. So Manny Virginia and Jody Voiles, as Voiles a big smoky burnout there, the 1987 Camaro rolling past the starting line under power. Manny from Bridgewater, Massachusetts, where it is cold and gray this time of the year. 2003 Ford Mustang from Manny, working with the Bruder brothers on the tune-up of this car. Rich Bruder giving one last clean job at a windshield so Manny can see out of it. Manny and Jody pre-stage. Voiles has been 686 at 114. Manny's fully staged. Manny lifts early, 424.9, 181 miles an hour for Jody Voiles, as Manny was 113.6 to 60 feet. Voiles was 113.7. They run almost identical runs until Manny lifted. Jody Voiles goes to the number 2 qualifying position behind Ray Parsons and right between Shane Stack and Ray Parsons. So, speaking of Shane Stack, the Thrillbilly coming up right now. This is the guy who was the very first ever limited drag radial champion. Tomorrow night he will receive his big check, the big trophy, and the big accolades for becoming the first inaugural champion in the limited drag radial series. Can only be one inaugural champion, and he did it in the Monte Carlo SS that he's going to run down this racetrack with now.
Shane Stack over the left-hand side. Big shout out from the Jones family. Of course, Stack Money, the Thrillbilly. He does a lot of testing over there at Huntsville Dragway, so we'll see what they can do. This car can go into the teens very easily. Can they do it right here? Jason Tyson, always one to watch on the right-hand side also.
I think one of the coolest things about that, initial first-year championship deal is you don't really know how it's going to play out, right? It's, things kind of fall into order after a certain amount of time, but Shane committed to running the series. He went out there and had a great season, and he did it in a big car. This is not a little Fox body. The G body is a really cool piece. This was a car that Shane competed in Radio vs. the World with for several years, and in Radio vs. the World, the escalation in that class put a lot of guys into kind of a no man's land performance-wise, and that's what limited drag radial grew out of. These cars are still incredibly fast. Obviously, the national record in the category 412. So Jason Tyson now pre-stage with Shane Stack in the other lane. Both cars now going through the same process. Bring the revs up, blow the motor up a little bit, spool the turbos, and set them free. Pumps the tires loose, but not Jason Tyson. 446 at 165.33 miles an hour. So Paul Parsons and the crew walking back to the pit area right now, and it is a fantastic, Paul Powell rather, Paul Parsons connected with the high school. Paul Powell and the crew walking back to the pit area with Mr. Tyson and the Hulk Mustang. Great job by those guys. They were looking for parts earlier. Obviously the fix they got worked out for them, as Matt Bell is going to line up next to Scott Husted. So Matt Bell, Bloomington, Illinois, 555 cubic inch big block Chevrolet with twin turbos on it. on the Summit Racing Equipment side of the racetrack as the fog begins to move in here at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Bit of an eerie look to their exit right now. Cars get to the 8th mile. Little smoke there for Husted. So Justin Cernick will be coming up next on the Summit Racing Equipment side, the silver Mustang. The very small rear tires on it. And the Pontiac Firebird of Robert Cox out of Michigan will be coming up next. Robert Cox and Justin Cernick coming up right now. So Cox and Cernick begin to line up side by side and bring the revs up. Cox sets the car down and disappears into the murky night here at South Georgia Motorsports Park as Cernick goes 466, 0 to 162 miles an hour. Cox goes 435 with a 6, and 179 goes to number 5.
Man, that's going to be some of the eeriest thing ever, right? Lifting the front wheels up and disappearing into the night air. Oh, wow.
So now it is Keith Douglas's turn. Douglas from Seekonk, Massachusetts, comes up in his 1993 Mustang. Waiting for the all clear from the starting line crew. So Terry Parks and Keith Douglas get ready to run down the racetrack. TKM, the Kevin Mullins Performance, providing horsepower here for Terry Parks. Princeton, West Virginia. Parks again into the night, goes 437.6 at 166 miles an hour.
Nice stellar pass right there, 437.
So just talked to Wade Rich. Just talked to Wade Rich. We are coming to a stop of the program for the night right now. The fact of the matter is we literally can't see the finish line from the timing tower anymore, and it is we can't be sending cars at 180 miles an hour towards the finish line. We cannot see, let alone a turnoff we can't see. So that is going to end Friday night here at Lights Out 9, No Escape. And tonight there was no escape from the fog that rolled into this place. So we can call the end of the night at 11:24. We're going to pick up tomorrow morning right where we left off tonight. So the cars that are in the staging lanes, you'll return to the staging lanes in the morning. We will start with you, and again, we will stick with the run order. We're going to pick up in limited drag radial, run no time, limited 275 and 235, and then cycle back to the beginning for final qualifying. So everybody that did not run tonight will get a hit. We'll run through all the classes one more time, and then we'll go into first round eliminations tomorrow night.
And if you already made your hit in LDR, do not,
Right. We have the run sheet.
Exactly.
If you've made a run in LDR tonight, we have the run sheet. We are only going to be sending those cars down the track that did not run. Lee, it's always an adventure here at Lights Out, and this is a fog out, which I'm not sure I've never experienced at this race. Not sure you have, but
no.
Once we can no longer accurately see the finish line, it's too dangerous to be sending people down there. So everybody drive safely in the fog home tonight. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be on the racetrack at 10 a.m. Limited drag radial. If you're in the lanes, be in the lanes and ready to run for 10 a.m. start tomorrow morning. That is the plan. On behalf of Lee Sebring, on behalf of Doug Johnson, on behalf of anybody that has wandered through the tower tonight, the cast of thousands, we will see you again in the morning for day 34 of Lights Out 9 here at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Have a great night. What's left of it, be good. See you in the morning. Be bad, be fast. We'll be back tomorrow.
All righty, gang. That was a good call. We are done for the night. We'll be live at 9:30 in the morning. I am going to run the generic commercial, and we're going to get out of here and get cleaned up and closed up and ready to get some sleep, because everybody is tired, because it has been a very long 3 days. Actually, it's been a very long 5 days. Anyways, we'll see you in the morning.